Hi, this is Nicholas Severini, longtime broadcaster for the Bear and the voice of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
Howdy, I'm Ryan States, going into senior year at Lock Haven University and known sports fanatic.
And we would like to introduce ourselves as the new voice on the Bear for the Jersey Shore High School Bulldogs, as the football program for Jersey Shore, who has found itself with a ton of success as of late, now has a new commentary crew for the Bear. And I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm certainly looking forward to this. As someone who has worked within the Jersey Shore School District, someone who has been able to find this excellent small community with a real pride and passion for football, I'm excited to be able to put the voice onto the air for what is expected to be a very interesting Jersey Shore season. Ryan, as someone who comes from the Pennsylvania area, someone who's an excellent broadcaster, as everyone who's ever listened to him would agree, what are your thoughts on being able to broadcast Jersey Shore this fall?
Well, first of all, Nick, I appreciate the compliment, but no, I'm super excited. I've, been in the area the past few years since going to college up at Lock Haven. Anywhere you go, you hear about Jersey Shore, and you hear about Jersey Shore football and how good they've been over the past few years. Going out to events on a Friday night, you'll hear people listening on the radio or watching them on broadcast, listening to these guys and seeing how good this team has been over the years. I'm excited to finally get a first-on look at them and see where this Jersey Shore program is really at.
Well, I'm incredibly excited myself. This is the fourth high school that I've broadcasted football for. I started 4 years ago doing Class A West Virginia football. Shout out to the Clay Battelle Seabees, for I'm sure any of the Clay Battelle alumni that is listening to this. Then I did Notre Dame Green Pond over in the eastern part of Pennsylvania. Last year, I did Montoursville football. I was happy to do that with the Bear. And now this year, getting the gig for Jersey Shore, I'm certainly excited as well. Talk about your experience covering Pennsylvania football and how it's led to being able to do Jersey Shore, of course, in the fall.
Well, actually, for broadcasting, this is my first instance of ever doing football. Back when I was in high school at Huntington Area High School, I did basketball, started there, thanks to my dad for that idea, and shout out Nathan Mather, who was my friend and co-commentator back in high school, now at Villanova. But it started out with basketball there, came to Lock Haven, you got me doing basketball, and mentioned the idea of doing football. My dad's done broadcasting for football for a few years down in Huntington, so have some rudimentary experience with it, but this will be my first time getting my feet wet, and man, am I excited about it.
Well, this is just the beginning, of course, of everything that's going to be taking place. Of course, all home and road Jersey Shore football broadcasts will be live on the YouTube channel. Bear999.com is the YouTube channel to watch all of the Jersey Shore High School football broadcasts. If you're just a listener, well, you can always listen on The Bear, of course, 99.9 The Bear, of course, online. I heard there's a new website, a new version of the website. Of course, Bear999.com is where you can tune in to all of that action. Of course, we have to dive a little bit into Jersey Shore. Of course, a heartbreaking end to last season. They're trying to garner some silverware this season. Ryan, looking at what Jersey Shore has, of course, a lot of roster transition, a lot of starters on both sides of the ball graduating. But, of course, with the way that this program has established itself, it seems like a next man up mentality. That being said, a very difficult schedule here in 2025. What games pique your fancy the most?
Well, I think when you look at it, traveling to Williamsport, that's going to end up being a rivalry game. I think that one will end up being a really good game. Hollidaysburg, I have some history there, so them taking on Hollidaysburg is going to be fun for me to watch. Central Mountain's another one that's going to be fun. Selinsgrove's been a program that's been good over the past few years. There are a lot of interesting games on this schedule. With them having some of the schedule issues they were having, they have a lot of really intriguing matchups, and I think this is really going to put their pedal to the metal and really test how good this team is. But it's been a program, and they run themselves a lot like a college program where it doesn't matter with the roster turnover. They have a winning mentality here, and that helps whatever talent's coming into the building, they're coming into a winning program, and that really helps elevate this team. So I think no matter what challenges are ahead of them, this Jersey Shore team is going to be rared and ready to go.
I don't know about you. I'm jittery just thinking about it. Isn't it? Can August come soon enough? Well, be sure to tune in the fall. The Bear, your home for Jersey Shore High School football. And be sure to tune in, of course, to the YouTube channel, Bear999.com. A couple new things coming along with the broadcast. Potentially a video podcast coming soon to some of our Lock Haven listeners and viewers. So that's all coming up next. Stay tuned in to the Bear Country Sports Network.